I'm going to start and I'm going to share. And we're going to begin. So welcome everyone. Hello, hello, and hello. We're going to start this meeting. We're going to open it up with a poll. So if you're on your phones, you can do it. And if you're on your cars and you're driving, please don't do it. Okay, but everyone else, please do it. It's 2 questions. The first one was, how did you start the school year? And the second one was, one main thing we can help you with. So it pops up on your screen. You can't help it. In order to make it go away, you really have to answer the questions. So please do. And then I'll give it like 1 or 2 minutes. And then by the time we get to 8:05, I will just show the results to all of you. We're at 43%. So if you can still do it without chas v'chalila having anything terrible happen, that would be absolutely amazing. Let me just stop sharing for half a second.
It doesn't let me submit.
It doesn't let you choose?
No, it lets me choose but not submit. When I press on the submit, it doesn't let me.
That's weird. Well, I'm going to give you one more moment. Maybe because you're on your phone, but it should work on your phone. Maybe you chose 2 things.
No, I chose 1.
Just 1?
Yeah.
Okay. We're at 72% of you. So I think that we're going to move on. I'll give you like 30 seconds. Go, go, go. If you're going to do it and you just came in, go and do it. Answer the poll. It's popping up on your screen. All right, we have a lull. I'm assuming that's what we're going to get. Okay, I want to share the results with you. Can you see the results? Yeah, okay. So the first one, I'm very happy to say that 65% of you opened well. So I breathe better. It's really hard for me this year to be without counselors finding out what like your temperature is. It's really kind of freaking me out. So I will probably send out these really quick polls every so often for you to just tell me that you're breathing in fine. Just so that I don't have to worry that you're breathing in fine, because it does kind of keep me up at night. 67 schools out of 180 have asked for counseling. And so I really only know the temperature of you. I don't know the temperature of all of you. So it's only a third. So if you're still struggling, be in touch. Bumpy, but we'll be okay. That's the spirit. And it opened well. Yay. Okay, now let's look at the things that you want help with this year. Vocabulary and Bagrut. Okay, got that. The next one is special ed students. We're going to talk about that a lot. Good. Okay, that's pretty much what I thought we would get. It's just really funny that Bagrut and vocabulary is really the new curriculum. And so most of you chose the one that seems more acute as opposed to the one that there. But thank you very much for doing that. I'm going to share the PowerPoint and I'm going to go in so that we don't run over time today. Okay. There are a bunch of forms that we're going to be filling out in addition, just because I need to be in touch and I need to know what's going on in your schools. Yeah, it's a pain, but this whole thing about hadracha and the way it changed was not my vote. I wouldn't have made it quite like this, but we have the staff details form, which I really, really, really needed. And we're still missing 3 or 4 schools, which I will speak with our coordinators this morning. The department details form is due closer to the end of the month, right before Rosh Hashanah, I think. And it's about the programs that you do in your school. the English Society, what other national programs you're doing, how we can help you, how we can support you in national programs. And also about whether or not you need a curriculum course for your teachers, or, like what's going on in your department as a department. There will be a mid-year form in Hebrew for principals, okay? Not all of this falls on you. And if they send it back and say to you, oh, you fill it out, you say no, okay? It's going to be in Hebrew, and they're going to have to digitally sign it. I'm going to be sneaky about it. So it won't be your problem, okay? And there will be an end of the year form just to see if we're still standing and what our situation is with teachers and teacher attrition and what we're doing to retain teachers. And that's something that we're going to talk about, not necessarily today in these 24 minutes, but we're definitely going to have a meeting about how to retain teachers so that we're not losing more and more and more. All right. You need to fill out these forms. These aren't optional forms, of course. And if you have counseling, you can and can ask your counselor to fill them out with you, so that that's part of what she does when she comes on that day. That's perfectly fine. Okay, the banana phone. The banana phone right now is with Haley. It was with Melissa. It is with Haley. It will be with me, and then it's going to go to Sohad. We're the ones who are going to be answering your questions on the phone. We don't answer immediately. It's a second phone that we carry around with us, and we answer it when we can. Okay, but we try and get to it within a day or two. If you have something that's SOS and like brain surgery and you have to know right this second, then call me. Okay, you have my phone number. All right, but those are for regular questions that you can send to the WhatsApp, and then we will answer them. Okay, we're doing pretty well, I think, with answering them. It's a new thing for us as well. All right, where to get updates on things when you don't have a counselor. First of all, in the Read All You Need site, which has been updated, and I'll show it to you in a minute. On Siona's portal, on the What's New, there's a thing that says Machadash. I just write English Portal Israel, Machadash, and then I stick it up on my bookmark bar, and I leave it there. And I go in every so often, like once a week, and I check. The Read All You Need will also be sending you there. And it's really, really important that you read all of the messages in the All Coordinators WhatsApp. I try not to put more than 1 or 2 messages a day there. Okay, but sometimes things happen. Like we're going to talk about the meeting that Simone is doing for the literature. And we needed to give you as much time as possible in order to get organized. So there was like an extra message there. Okay. Melissa and Sohad and Haley and I are going to be very coordinated with what we put up on All Coordinators, not to bombard you, but know that if we do bombard you, there's a reason. Okay. I'm not sure that I'm recording. I think that I'm not. Maybe I am. Okay, we'll see what happens at the end.
You are.
Okay, so who is working on the top level? In other words, who is working on the level of the big things and not individual counseling? Haley's taking junior high and Soha's taking high school. Rebecca is taking what we're calling SIRS, which is special ed in regular schools, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Melissa, remember, is on Chatzi Shabbaton. So she's going to be working with new coordinators and Adam ve'Adama Regavim schools. Okay. Brit, of course, is working with our special ed schools, the ones that are all special ed schools. And of course, always anything official or anything you want to gripe about, or anything that isn't just a specific question, that will always come to me. Email, WhatsApp, phone. If I don't answer you, WhatsApp me and say, I'm looking for you. I need to talk to you. I get back to you. Sometimes it's not at a good hour, but then I don't always pay attention to when I'm actually done at the office. Sometimes it's like 6 or 7 and then just don't answer me. All right, get back to me. All right. So in any case, the official things are anything that you know, there's an extra something that happened. You have a sick student, you like those kind of things come to me in any case. All right. I put in the link again to the English Society. The English Society is alive and kicking. A lot of you are doing it. It's going to be in your department details form, what you're doing for your English Society. If you don't know what it is, go into this link. You should know what it is unless you're new, and then you'll find out in the new coordinators course. Haley is in charge of it. So if you have questions about specific things, send them to Haley. And we're going to be sending out, I think Haley sent out an email. Haley has bronchitis, so I'm not going to make her speak, but Haley, just scream or make a noise with a drum if I'm saying anything wrong. An email has gone out to the schools that were chosen to join the English Society course. I'm going to talk about courses in just a second. There's a big problem with the system of signing up. So I just want to explain what that means. But the course will be building your English Society. It's got 2 staff members from each school, and we're really excited about it. And we'll be sharing their things with you as well. Okay, in terms of Bagrut, the code dates, I've seen them, but they haven't been put up on the portal, so I can't share them with you. I was hoping they would be up, but I checked this morning at 6 and they weren't. So they should be up today or tomorrow. Okay, the one thing that I can say is that there will not be simulation dates. In other words, there will be enough Tirgul ones that those are the ones that you're going to do. And they aren't going to be official simulation dates where you upload at the end of the exam. Okay. So we have less dates that we have to worry about. We only actually have to worry about the code dates. There's the winter and the summer dates. I think there are like 4 or 5 in the winter and 4 and 5 or 3 in the winter, or 4 and 5, 4 in the average in both winter and summer. And there's already a date from Moed Bet for those students who had technical issues or Corona or whatever. So that should be going out today or tomorrow, and I'll send it to the all coordinators list like I would send everything. So you'll have the link to that. We are setting up, Sohad is setting up a boost meeting with us. Sohad is a senior marker for the COBE, as is Debbie Cohen. So they will probably be doing some sort of session about COBE, regular COBE for new coordinators and people who are interested. But the boost, which is the 3-point computerized exam, is something that's interesting to all of us. And Ellen, who's the national counselor for that, we're trying to set up a meeting with her, and I will let you know when that is this week sometime. I'm not sure. So the third thing is the literature meeting with Simone about the new, it's not new, it's just aligned to the new curriculum, the literature program that she aligned to the curriculum. It's not new, not new. It's just, it has some can-dos and it has a couple of other options, and the internal test, I think, added something or detracted something, but it's not new. Okay, so don't be tense about it. All right, this Thursday at 5, it'll be recorded. If we'll record it and we will share it on the Read All You Need site. And I think Sohad also sent, Sohad, are you here? She also sent a form if you had questions.
I'm here.
Are you here, sweetie? Can you explain?
Yes, okay. Simone has just told me that she's not going to have the session with us this Thursday. I'm waiting.
Oh,
yeah, she has something. Yeah. So I'm sorry for that, but please keep adding your questions to the form I shared.
okay. Then I'm going to take this out of the PowerPoint. Thursday has been canceled, but Sohad will deal with it and then send you.
Yeah, I will let everyone know. Yeah.
Right. Random sampling is still happening. Last year, Melissa gave you a session in August about Bagrut, and it was included random sampling for the literature. Just because we've realigned it doesn't mean that random sampling isn't stopping, and we get the list from Jerusalem. We don't decide that, and the counselors and I will be doing random sampling this year. I don't know exactly how because we don't have counselors everywhere for everyone, but random sampling is still happening. I had a couple of questions about that. You need to keep their work. You need to keep everything. Do not throw anything away. Make sure that you're ready. We only get the list for random sampling like right before Pesach or something like that, sometimes right after. So I won't know if we're coming to your school. So you need to make sure that you have everything and keep everything so that if you come up in the random sampling from Agaf Bchinot, that you have everything you need for us to come. I don't want it to happen like last year when I didn't say it at the beginning of the year or we weren't listening and people like threw things away, gave them back to the kids. Don't do that. Okay, make sure that you have their work so we can sample. A lot of you have been asking, I know that there's a lot of behavioral and sitting on your butt issues with your students this year, especially in Yud Aleph and Yud Bet. I want to just say 2 words about taking a test in winter of Yud Aleph, okay? Nobody, no student who's gvuli or weak is ready to take a test in winter of Yud Aleph. They're not ready, okay? They're not ready because they're not ready. They're really not, all right? If they had 2 years of Corona, then 8th and 9th grade, they were home. 10th grade last year, they just started. And now 3 months into the beginning of Yud Aleph, we're putting them up for a high-stake exam. I'm asking you to try and not do that, okay? First of all, they get stuck with the Tziyun Shnati for an entire year. You can't change their Tziyun Shnati in the middle of the year from Moed to Moed, which means if they're taking it in the winter, they're stuck with that Tziyun Shnati, which might be low until winter of Yud Bet. Second, if that's going to end up being their easiest exam, why not take it at the end of Yud Bet when they don't have to study for it anyway and they can get a 90? Why are we giving them a 65 in their shiklul? This is supposed to be the one they get the highest grade on. So in essence, you're making them take it twice for no reason. I want you to really think about this. I don't care what was before. I don't want anyone to ever give me that answer. Okay, my counselors will tell you that's the only thing that gets smoke to come out of my ears. Don't give me the answer. This is the way we always did it. I want you to sit with your staff. I want you to look specific at specific students, not as a class. What you can do is you can have a final exam at the end of the year where they sit like a matkonet, and that is the final grade they will get on the report card. But it's not a high-stake exam. Do not put your weak students up for a high-stake exam in winter of Yud Aleph, please, no matter whether they're borderline or you're trying to keep them in their chairs. I implore you not to do that, okay, for so many reasons. Okay, the next thing I want to remind you is the read agenda. I'll call you. I'll call you when you're on the bus. The read agenda, I'm sorry, my son just left. A read agenda for 2022-23 has 4 things that we're going to be basing it on. One is reading. The apps are both on iPhone and Android. The feedback last year was fantabulous. Make sure that your students are downloading those apps, okay? On the Read All You Need site, in the English Society, those apps are everywhere, okay? The apps for Android and Apple, okay? So every phone can have this app. Use them, okay? The only thing you have to do is see the photo that they send you, that they share with you in the WhatsApp of the amount of time they read. This isn't rocket science, okay? Please use it. Read at the beginning of each lesson. I asked you in the beginning in your department details about the number of library books that you need. I'm trying to arrange more budget for us this year for library books. I'm reminding you that the Geffen, if you have, get your schools to buy reading books. There are 60 books for 3,000 shekel. It's a great deal in this country. Make sure that your principals do it. There's one for junior high and there's one for high school. The Geffen is still working. Go to your principal and tell them that you want it. Okay, Read for the Planet. The Mankalit and the Sarah, I don't know if the Sarah is staying, but the Mankalit is staying. And she has a program for climate change that she wants every machos to do. So guess who they asked to do it in Read? Ta-da! Me, of course, because I didn't have enough to do. And so I'm going to be in charge of the whole machos and climate change in Hebrew, Arabic, and in English. And I'm hoping, Menahelet Machoz gave an issue for the 30th of April to be the Read Climate Change Day. And I'm hoping to push Swap, Shop, and Sustain. So we're going to start working on that a little bit more intensively. You should be using Read for the Planet materials. Your schools are going to ask you what you're doing for climate change, because the mefakrim are going to start asking your principals, what are you doing? So it's something to think about with your staff. Learner independence. A lot of you started out strong, and I am so grateful for that. The best time to try change is when you are strong. It's important for you to try and get your kids into the computer rooms for a couple of weeks and try a unit in the virtual units. Try the do-it-yourself projects. Debbie is working on a do-it-yourself project for junior high now, which we're really excited about, but there's the 5.1 that she did last year. 1 hour a week, put them in to work individually without you. Be in touch with Debbie Cohen. She can come and help your staff. She can show you how to do it. She can show your kids how to do it. Please try this when you're strong, okay? The teacher attrition rate keeps rising, okay? More teachers are going out on pension or chalat or leaving than are coming in the system. So however bad it was this year, it might be worse next year. And so better to get our students into independent learning a little bit this year, just in case. And also because I think it's a good idea. Okay, I think we have to stop speaking so much and let them start working harder. All right. And I want to remind you, English is a communicative language. All right. It's not a subject in school. It's a life skill. You know how wherever we came from, if we came from Anglo-Saxon countries, it's freaky to think that we did everything in English because, oh my God, we did everything in English. Okay. If you come from Italy, because I can see Nati at the bottom of my screen, oh my God, we did everything in Italian. Okay. So English isn't something that stays in four walls. English is something that goes outside. It's something that goes in their WhatsApp when they're talking to you. They should be communicating in English. We should be communicating with other teachers. Have a culture in school where if you're standing in the hallway, you have to speak in English. Everyone, all the time, to each other. Okay, go on a tiul shnati and have one of the tiulim be done in English. Do things in English because, you know, if you can get your kiosk guy to speak in English, that would even be the best. All right, if he knows English. But remember, it's all about communication, so let's communicate. All right. I want you to take this to heart. I wrote this while Rebecca and Debbie had a session about special ed this past week, and I was making this PowerPoint. And so I really wrote this from my heart. Okay. And I thought about it last night when I was going over and I said, should I delete all this because I'm ranting and raving? And then I went, no, I'm not gonna. For the past 4 years, every time I send out a form to coordinators, they say we need help with special ed. There were schools who asked for counseling this year to help with their special ed classes. There have been teachers who wanted to take Brit's course last year for special ed teachers, but it was only for specific special ed schools, and they were very disappointed. And finally, I put in a counselor who is going to work with special ed teachers in your regular schools. And she has her first Zoominar. And God help me, there were 36 people there. What? What is that? We have over 100 schools with special ed teachers. Why were they not there? I want each and every one of you to not only know that it is your responsibility to pass on those Zoominar things and messages I send and things I say to pass on and important information and a link to the read all you need in your WhatsApp groups. But it is important to double check and make sure that your teachers are doing the professional thing, that they go to the back to the school webinars that Siona had, that they come to a Zoominar for special ed if we need them. We don't have that many Zoominars this year. We only have special ed Zoominars and po v'sham new things that are happening. We're not having a regular Zoominar set, but please, It's not respectful and it's not professional. So I'm asking you to take this to heart. Okay, if you asked for it and we gave it to you, then you have to make sure that your teachers are there. You must pass on information. If you take nothing from this meeting, that is what you take. Okay, thank you. I'm reminding you of the Read All You Need site. Make sure that you go in once a week. Melissa did an update of it with buttons. It is so easy to navigate now. Melissa, our Melissa, bless her, is in Italy. Enjoy. If she's here, she better not be here. God, if she's here, I'm going to be so upset. She is in Italy having a wonderful vacation. But before she went, she updated the entire Read All You Need site. Please go in and check out all of those things. I said that I wanted to explain about what's happening with courses. We can't sign up for courses yet anywhere in the country. This isn't a Read thing. This is an everywhere thing. Okay, the new program called Matzpen that was supposed to be up in July isn't up yet. So we can't actually do formal registration, you know, where you pay a few shekel and you register officially for a course, which is why we sent out a pre-registration form. I linked it in again here. This, for example, would be something that you must pass on to every teacher and ask them what they're signing up for. Okay, your principal at this point with the new Matzpen system, they follow each and every one of your Tudot Zehut and ask you which professional development you're doing every year. So your principal at some point during the year will say, give me a list of all of your teachers and what PD they're doing. So make sure that you send them this registration form and find out which courses they're signing up for. Okay. The last thing I want to say is that I do love you all, even though sometimes I'm tough with you, and that I do appreciate you all and know that it's very hard to be an English coordinator. It's hard to be a teacher. And it's hard to live in this country. Sometimes I say that to myself as well. This is not the easiest country to live in. And I really am wishing everyone a wonderful school year, healthy most of all. Professionally satisfying. Second. Third, not nerve-wracking. And fourth, a lot of family and laughter and happiness. From all of us, we're now 16 counselors. Wow. Each and every one a wonderful woman and amazing in her own right. And I would just like to wish you all of the best and have a wonderful week. And I will be sending this out with everything in the package in the all coordinators, and you'll be able to forward things to your staffs and plan properly and wonderfully and excitingly, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help you. So I'm stopping recording.
There's some questions.